say. And we're live. Okay, guys, come on in. Let's talk about what ain't nobody talking about. They ain't talking about how to get into this business. They're not talking about how to get into this business. And this, oh man. Let me back out right quick. I need to come back. Wait a minute. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna come back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I can't see the comments, so I'm gonna have to black this out right quick. Let me go into where I want to go to. Where I want to go to. Where I want to go to. Canva. Hey guys, come on in. Come on in. I'm gonna take it from here, and I want to put. Did it go? Okay. Use in this device, guys. Come on in. Let me put something. Okay, guys, I am there. Hey guys, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Okay, let me take that off. Hey guys, come on in. Come on in. We're gonna talk about what ain't nobody talking about. They ain't talking about how to get into these business. Ain't nobody talking about it. Why ain't nobody talking about it? Why ain't nobody talking about it? Y'all come on in. Come on into the room. If you are grown up with ungrateful children, with grown folks' bills, tap the screen and come on in the room. Tap the screen and come on in the room. Tap the screen and come on in the room. For those of you that are new to me, I am Coach Portia. I'm the income creator out here on these streets. I show people how to get a bag and keep a bag out here in this industry as a specimen collector. Okay, a specimen collector. So guys, for those of you that have been wanting to get in this space and you've been wondering how will you get, create currency in this space and how do you charge and what to charge and, all of those things. There's a lot of misconception online right? And I don't even think it's just misconception. It's just that people have not put themselves out there to see these type of numbers, right? Because charges will be charged over here. If you under my program, you're going to charge, right? Because that's what we talk about. Getting certified is one thing, right? That's not a problem. Once you get qualified, you're qualified. But you want to make sure that when you're in this space, that it makes sense, right? That the numbers are adding up. And that's important in this space because, guys, you have to realize that you are a professional. You are a professional collector, right? So therefore, and it's not even about charging or undercharging because you're afraid, right? And a lot of people may not charge because they're afraid, but it has nothing to do with feelings, right? This has nothing to do with feelings. We don't charge based off of feelings, right? We charge off of results. You see what I'm saying? So, for compliance. So it doesn't matter, how you're feeling in a situation, right? You're charging additional compliance steps when needed. Okay. So anyway, I want to touch on this invoice that one of my students sent me before she sent it to her customer. Listen, I'm so excited because charges will be charged. And this one I'm glad that we're touching on this one today, guys, because she actually did a non-DOT rapid test. Okay. A lot of people in the industry, they may only be charging like $45, maybe $65 for a non-DOT test, right? Some people may only charge $40. But if they're going through a TPA, they're not even getting $40, right? Some people that work with TPAs, they're getting $10, $11, $18 at the most when they're dealing with a TPA. A TPA is a third party administrator, okay? Now, I don't recommend working with TPAs because they take your money. They are middlemen, right? You're not going to get all of your money. They're going to get the bulk of the money. And like I said, they're going to give you $10. A lot of people have brick and mortar locations, like several locations, right? But they're dealing with a TPA. So they could be struggling to keep the lights on, right? Unless they have a lot of motion, right? But when you have a TPA, most people that have TPAs, they sit and they wait on TPAs to send them customers versus boots on the ground, going out here marketing your own business, right? So you can make more of the income. So this particular student's invoice that you see right here, she is boots on the ground. Okay, she's boots on the ground, baby. She markets her business every day. I talked to her early this morning. She already out, right? And that's just what it takes in this industry if you want to see numbers, right? If you're trying to make 100K, it takes work. It takes numbers and it takes charging. You ain't finna reach 100K in this industry charging no $10, charging no $15, or charging a flat fee for everything that you do. Okay. So in this industry, guys, we talk about DOT and non-DOT. When you take my course, you're going to be qualified to do both DOT and non-DOT collections. Okay. DOT is going to be the Department of Transportation. Y'all tap the screen for me, please. Tap the screen. Anyone that has a CDL license, they fall under the Department of Transportation. Okay. So that means anyone that drives a big truck, anyone that flies a plane, thank you for the badge, anyone that operates a train, public transportation, or school bus, they fall under DOT. And anyone in those industries, they have to get a test every quarter. Anytime a company is expanding, pre-employment, reasonable suspicion, post-accident, return to duty, random testing, and other. So guys, when you get this skill under your belt, you already know you have the opportunity to make a bag if you put yourself out there to get a bag. Just because you qualified don't mean you gonna make the currency. You have to be willing to put in the work. It's just like some people, when they go to college, they get their degree, they got to go apply for a job. Like, oh, you got a degree? Okay. Oh, we found that you graduated. How you doing? We won't know. That's not how it works, right? They have to go and interview and put themselves out there. They're marketing themselves for a job, right? The same thing in this industry. You have to market your business. If you're quiet, you are broke. Okay. Got it? Good. Your non-DOT is going to be anybody that does not have a CDL license. You're going to have anybody that's operating heavy equipment, right? Anybody in the construction field, plumbing, security. Guys, the list goes on and on. In the health field, anybody dental, anybody wearing scrubs, right? They have to get a test. So, guys, the list goes on and on for non-DOT. Okay, so let's touch on what she charged. First of all, she charged $125 for a non-DOT rapid test. Okay, so that means that she has the rapid cups. She did not have to send this to a lab because she does have a clear waiver. In my training, I show you guys how to get your clear waiver, right? So she charged $125 for that. She charged them $65 for alcohol. I got to be careful, for a bat. Y'all can see it. I got to be careful. You know, AI be tripping. AI be tripping. She charged them $65 for a bat. She charged them $100 for mileage. Yes, guys, you do not go get in your car and drive to a business that got plenty of money, multi-million dollar corporations that you're dealing with, and do not charge them for mileage. Nothing is free. Can y'all comment that below? Charges will be charged. Okay, knees and neck is what I want. Your knees and their back. You don't get in your car and not charge them for mileage. Guys, you have the opportunity to do business with companies that have disposable income. And you trying to tell me you only want to charge them $50 flat, and no, ma'am, no, sir, not under Coach Portia's program. No, you're not. You're going to charge. Okay. She also charged them an extra $100 emergency fee, right? So I don't know what time of the day they needed her to come out, but they needed her to come out right away, and she charged them an extra $100 for that. Okay. It's up to you on how much you want to charge them, depending on the time of the day. You want to charge them an extra $500? You can. You are dealing with businesses here. They don't have to wait until they get paid next week and next month to spend no money. This is what they do. Okay. And then she charged them $25 for administrative fee. This should always be a fee that you charge. Every company that you deal with, you should always charge them administrative fee. Point blank, end of period. No matter what. Administrative fee should always be on your invoice. You should always be charging them. Okay. And what else? You want to get paid? You're getting paid that day. Okay. If they can't pay you that day, you need to add an extra fee for that too. If they want to see your invoice, it's up to you if you decide you want to take an invoice or not. Right. But if they cannot pay you that same day, and they want to say, oh, we want to invoice you for this, we'll have it out to you in like a week or maybe 30 days, then you charge them extra for that. Somebody comment below what you think you should be charging extra for that. So they're not paying you today, which I'm just saying, you want your money, period. You're going to get your money that day. But I'm just saying. Come on, I just want to see where y'all head at. Where's your head? Where your head at? Where's your head? A delay in payment. How much extra should you be charging for a delay of payment? Comment below. I want to see where y'all head at. How much extra should you be charging for a delay of payment if they can't pay you today for whatever reason? How much extra should we be charging them for waiting on our money? And then they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll go ahead and pay it today. But this is your business. You can let them know off top, I get paid today, right? I get paid today. Thank you. $75. Listen, $50 to $100 is what you should be charging because you got a business to run here and they have the funds to pay you. So it's up to them. You see what I'm saying? But it's up to you. This is your business. You choose how you want to move when it comes to your business and making sure that you are getting paid. Hello? Are y'all hearing me? I want to make sure y'all hear me. Tap the screen because I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself out here. Okay? We are not working for free. Stop working for free, guys. An uneventful test. Well, I'm going to tell you why a lot of people charge a flat rate for everything and they're doing it all wrong. Okay? Uneventful tests are priced Wrong. Okay. Okay. Uneventful and then eventful. An uneventful test, okay, no problem. An uneventful test should be I'm coming into your location. It only take about 10 minutes to do an uneventful test. Okay, an uneventful collection. They go into the restroom, they come out, they give you their specimen. It's not temperature isn't out of range. It's good to go. No shot, nothing. It's a good uneventful. We have an amazing time. 10 minutes, I'm done with you. Okay. But if something goes left, what should you do? Let me ask you this. If your base rate is 125 for a collection, base rate for an uncollection, for uneventful, okay, going there to do a test, and then the donor goes into the restroom and they say, oh my gosh, I couldn't use it. Right? So now we go off into a shy bladder. Should you or should you not charge extra for that? Comment below. Should you or should you not charge extra for that? Comment below. Hey, Gabriella. Thank you. Hey, Dexter. Yes, you should, because this is no longer uneventful. Something's happening now. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you. Coach Portia does not play any games. Hello. The streets be mad because Coach Portia students make money because I teach them to put knees in backsides. You're gonna get your bread. We ain't charging. No, we're not fooling with no TPAs and getting no $10, no $20, no $18. We're not doing that. We're gonna put the work in because we want to get all of our currency because we have grown bills. We are grown with grown children messing with grown companies. Thank you. That's crazy messing with a TPA. You see what I'm saying? I think, and this is the thing. I'm not saying that people are stupid for messing with TPA. Nothing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is TPAs are middleman hustlers. That's what they are. They make things comfortable for you while at the same time making things uncomfortable for you. So you're working hard and you're not getting paid for it. You don't want to be an overworked collector that's out here struggling. And I hear too many people, oh, well, because you fooling with a TPA. I ain't never had a problem with working, baby. I come from business to business, honey. I used to be out in the field with heels on, running in the field to these businesses. So I'm not teaching my students to do something that I've never done before. Hello, I had to talk to the decision makers. I had to get through the gatekeepers. Understand? And guess what? Charges will be charged in this industry because you're dealing with companies that have the money. It's disposable income to them. This is something that they know occurs in their business, in construction, in plumbing, in the medical field, trucking, aviation, maritime. It doesn't matter. They know that this is what happens in their industry, so they are prepared to pay. It's going to be on you if you decide to walk with confidence and professionalism, right? Because you got to get out of your feelings when it comes to your coins. You got to get out of your feelings when it comes to this industry. You got to understand what you're doing. It ain't no lightweight. If you make a mistake, if you make a mistake, you can mess up their business as well as yours. Hello? So you got to charge for that. This is professional work that we're doing. You are a professional collector. You ain't just out here, oh, I could do you a test and I could do it for cheap. That's people that don't even understand what they have. Hello, these companies don't care nothing about no cheap tests. They care about professionalism, documentation. Hello. liability. This is what they care about. They don't care about the money that you're trying to save them. Some of these companies pay $100,000 per month in testing. It just depends on how big the company is. Some of them may spend $1 million a year, depending on how big the company is. So do you think they care about you saving them $50 on a test? No, they don't. Time is money for them. They got to go. And they want to make sure when you're doing this, that you're going to do it correctly, right? And when you're talking to them, your language is professional. Hello? Professional language when you're talking to these companies. Hello? You're letting them know off top. Listen, language matters. Hello? Language matters. You're letting them know off top. My standard fee covers uneventful testing. Hello? When a test is disrupted or escalated, additional compliance steps are required. Incident handling fees only apply in those situations. You're letting them know off top. Hello? Versus, oh, I didn't went to a location, coach, and I only charged them $50. $50? What you mean? You supposed to be charging for XYZ? And now you want to send them another invoice. No, if you messed yourself over and undercharged yourself, that's it. Don't even worry about sending them another. No, don't worry about trying to charge them again. No, you're letting them know off top. Standard fees cover uneventful testing. Hello. So if the donor refused to sign, should we be charging extra or not? Comment below. Comment below. How many collectors on here? If a donor refused to sign, should we be charging or not? Yes, I'll show you another one. Let me show you another one. Thank you. Sheila, charges will be charged. Period. Like, we can't be playing. Okay, here's another one. Here goes another one. Another one of my students. Hello. Thank you. Right, because I got to do extra steps. Now I got to go in the comment section and I got to write this because you want to act like you ain't got no sense. Hello, I ain't come here for all that drama. I didn't come here for all that drama. Hello? Okay, here's another invoice. This how you know my students, baby. Listen. When you be out here online and you hear these people talking about they ain't making no money, they ain't making 28, they ain't come under Portia. They ain't under Coach Portia program. When you hear these instructors out here talking about you can't make no money, run. Because they got limited beliefs and they don't even understand compliance, baby. We ain't in our feelings. This ain't feelings. Hello? This ain't got nothing to do with feelings. This is the standard out here. Hello? Because if it's a temperature out of range, come in. What my collectors at? If your specimen is non-negative, is your MRO charging you for that? Comment below. Comment below. If your specimen is non-negative, is your MRO charging you for that? Hello? Comment below. They're charging you. So therefore you charge them. Come on now. We're not working for free out here. Listen, let me tell y'all something. You have entered in the world where they got plenty of bread. This is where you want to be. If you want to get out of the struggle, you got to have something to sell, for sale, of service, and something to offer to a business. Hello? Are y'all hearing me? Let me say that again. If you want to get out of the struggle, you got to have something to sell, for sale, of service, and something to offer to a business. You have put yourself into a world where now you have something to offer to a business. Hello? So for DOT, all your equipment is going to come from the lab. right? All you need is well, of course, you're going to have gloves. You want to be able to set your timer. You got a watch. You have a badge, but your cups in CCF forms. That's what you need. Sanitizer, things like that. That's stuff you're going to just go buy on your own. But the labs, they're going to send you all of your supplies to do the collections. Now, let's touch on that right quick. Well, why are the labs sending me equipment? Why are they sending me supplies? I'm sorry. Supplies to do this. Because when they link up with you, you help them make money and save money at the same time. Nothing in this world is free, right? So this is how this works, right? So when you do your collection, you're going to ship that specimen to the lab, whatever lab that you're with. You're going to ship it to the lab. They're going to do a screening on that test, and they're going to charge you for that. So what does that mean? If they're charging you $50, $25, $10, whatever it may be, it shouldn't be over $28. Some of my students pay $6, some pay $7, some pay $9, some pay $16. It just depends on who you go through, right? But guess what? Who's going to pay that fee? So let's talk about this right quick. If you charge the lab $100 to do a collection, and you already know that, not the lab, the employer, $100 to do a collection, and you know that your lab charges you $25 to do the screening, how much are you going to charge the employer? Comment below. Comment below. Comment below. Comment below. Where my collector's at? Comment below. Because you shouldn't be eating that fee. Comment below. Come on now. Where you go, Dexter? Where's Sheila at? Sheila, where you at? Where you at, Sheila? Did y'all leave? Where you at? 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 125. Exactly. We listen. I'm providing a service. I'm providing a service. What I'm eating that fee up for, baby? No. Exactly. You're gonna charge them 125. So let's look over my student Linda's invoice right here. Okay. Let's look this over. I'm having an in-person training March 14th in Dallas, Texas. I will be in Dallas, Texas, March 14th, doing a in-person training. March 14th, 2026, doing a in-person training. Okay, so Linda, she also does BAT. Okay, so she charged them $200 for BAT. How many other people on here do BAT? If you do BAT, comment below. Okay, she did a lab-based testing of 5-panel, which is DOT. She charged them $125. Okay, she also did on-site. She charged them $50 for on-site coordination and documentation. Like you see how the prices are different. The last invoice, she charged them $25. She charged them $50. Okay, $50. Okay. She also charged them $25. I need to put on my glasses. $25 for doing it on the weekend, right? An extra $25 for that. She also charged them $50 because the donor had a shy bladder. It's no longer uneventful, right? She charged them $50 for a shy bladder, okay? Then the donor was late, 30 minutes. So she charged them an extra $50. Therefore, she made $500. Hello? Do y'all see this here? She charged them $500. This is what y'all should be getting out here in this industry. Hello. And if you do BAT, if you're doing BAT and something occurs when you get ready to do the BAT, you know what? I'm going to say that. Listen, y'all know I have 60-day mentorship. I go deep off into pricing, compliance pricing in my 60-day mentorship. If you're new to this industry, you want to link up with me. You want to get in close proximity with me. I'm the income creator, baby. It's impossible to be connected to me and not get a bag. If you want to make sure that you're not overworking yourself and undercharging yourself, Join my mentorship. It's 60 days. You'll have my phone number to call me anytime you need help and have questions. That's what I will be here for you for 60 days. You will have my number. Okay? My number. You got to stop listening to these people with limited beliefs out here. They're moving as if they don't understand who they are out here. Hello? If they telling you they not seeing these type of numbers, these trainers out here telling people they can't see these type of numbers, run. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's too much money out here to be made to be playing small with these businesses. Hello? Any questions? I'm finna move on to something else. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions before I move on to the next? Any questions? We're finna go off into workshop mode. Any questions? Please, any questions? Any questions? Don't be afraid. Y'all tap the screen. Thank y'all. Y'all so nice today. Y'all so nice today. So nice today. We live on all social media platforms. Let me see what's going on over here. Let me see what's going on over here. Okay, no questions over here. Any questions before we switch gears? Before we switch gears. Before we switch gears. Any questions? Any questions? Before we switch gears. We're finna go into workshop mode, guys. Want to make sure I stay on script here because I'll be all over the place sometimes talking about this. I be getting excited. So we're gonna get into workshop mode. That way I make sure you all get an understanding. Any questions that you guys have after or during the workshop, I'll answer those questions when I finish this up. But let me know any questions. Let me stroll up and see if I missed anything right quick. Let me see if I miss anything. Let me see. Late fee, yeah, it's a win. What I'm sitting around waiting on you, you're gonna pay me. Time is money. Hello? Time is money. Hello, time is money. Okay, period. Don't play. Do not play. They gotta pay, baby. Okay, guys, let's get into what's a specimen. What is a specimen collector and why you are needed out here? Specimen collections and why it's needed. Okay, so for those of you that are new to the platform, we're going to talk about this and touch on this. For those that are already collectors, I wanted to do this for them so they'll see exactly how this works. Okay, guys, so we're going to start with the basics. Okay, so a specimen collector is a required part of keeping workplace safe, compliant, and federally aligned, especially under the Department of Transportation. Okay, so there are two main categories. You have DOT collections. These are required under federal law 49 CFR Part 40 for safety-sensitive industries such as trucking, aviation, transit, railroad, pipeline, and maritime. Then you have non-DOT collections. So these apply to private employers, organizations, and programs that require testing for safety, insurance, compliance, or policy enforcement. Do you hear that? Right off top, baby, you already know. Wait a minute. This is some important stuff. Charges will be charged. Hello. So, guys, anywhere people work, operate vehicles, care for others, or represent an organization, testing exists. Okay. And guess what? These collections, these specimens, they do not collect themselves. So that is where you come in as a professional collector. Professional collector. So as a professional collector, you ensure the process is done correctly, professionally, and compliantly. You hear that? Professionally, correctly, and compliantly. So charges will be charged. Guys, you can be mobile. You can travel to the job sites, facilities, offices, events in remote locations. So guys, you do not need a brick and mortar to do this. Okay. On-site collectors are needed. You are baby, that's your superpower if you're flexible and you're going to these locations, right? So guys, you are paid for your collection, additional fees, as you see on here, travel, after hour services, on call availability. Baby, it's your world. Charge. Don't be afraid. Okay. This is not a job. It's a skill, it's a business, it's a career. It is recession proof, guys. This industry is not optional, it is required. It is required. Companies must stay compliant. Companies must stay compliant. Let me say that again. Companies must stay compliant whether the economy is good or bad. People still get hired. Incidents still happen. Random testing still happens. Post incident testing still happens. Guys, federal requirements do not pause for anyone. Let me say that again. Federal requirements do not pause for anyone. Guys, during COVID, baby, them trucks was still on the road, them trains was still on the track, them planes was in the sky. Baby, probably not have been many people on that plane, but them planes was in the air. Hello. It does not stop, and it didn't stop. Specimen collection, it actually increased. It increased, right? So let's say, for instance, you go to a location, right? You go and you do a non-DOT. We just seen, right, on the last invoice, they charge $125 for non-DOT testing. Okay. In this industry, like I said, you charge whatever you want to charge, but I'm hoping you get in your bag. Okay. So we just gonna say, if you went to one on-site location and say if you charge $100, one of my students, Linda, she charged $100 plus for a non-DOT. Okay. But if you charge $100 for a non-DOT collection and you did 5 collections, guys, how many is that in a day? You go to a location, 100, that's just the base, right? That's $500. We haven't talked about travel. We haven't talked about administrative fee. Is it uneventful? Is it eventful? What's up? You see what I'm saying? And we're going to always charge that administrative fee. So there's going to be what, $550 or $525 or how much ever you charge for your administrative fee, right? Boom. That's $500 a day, guys. So this industry, it doesn't even care about your background. It don't care about that. It cares about compliance, professionalism, and reliability. And if you're charging what you're supposed to charge, it will not take you long to see the type of numbers that you desire in this industry. Right? A lot of people say, can I make 6 figures? Can I make this in this industry? Are you charging? You have to be willing to charge in this industry what you're supposed to be charging, right? If you want to go be charging, going through a TPA, baby, you could just stay on your job. You went and got qualified to do this. You paid the money. You go through my course. My course is $600, right? You're getting DOT and non-DOT qualified, and you're getting the mocks, right? So you want to make sure that you're charging for your qualifications, right? A lot of people get degrees and they can't even set an amount of what they want, right? You now have the power to set your standard of how much you want. Hello? Versus you going to a location and they say, oh, we'll pay you this. No. These are my fees. Wouldn't you rather you tell somebody your fees versus them telling you what they want to pay you? Comment below. If you want to tell them how much your fees are versus them telling you how much you're worth, which one would you prefer? Comment below. Hello? Do you want them to say, we'll give you $25? Or you're saying, my base fee is $125 or $175? Hello? This is your business. Thank you. This is why you decided to step into entrepreneurship, right? To cut out the middle men and they can stop paying you what they want to pay you. We don't do that over here. It can be a little scary, which you shouldn't be, but coming into starting anything new, you might be a little hesitant. You see what I'm saying? You may feel like you're not worthy, but you are worthy. Period. Okay? Period. So guys, we're going to talk about how buyers think. Okay? Businesses, guys, they don't buy tests. So try to show up to these locations and market to these people talking about you can get them a cheap test. That's no. That's no. That we don't talk like that. Okay, we don't talk like that. Businesses, they don't buy no tests. They don't buy no cheap tests. They don't care about that. They buy solutions to problems. Hello, they buy solutions to the problems, right? And what's going to be the buyer's problems out here? Can somebody come on? What my collectors at? What? Name some the core buyer problems out here. Just come on, come in below. What do you think it is? Even if you're not in the industry, what would you think would be an issue for buyers out here? What are the problems that buyers have in this industry? Comment below. 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 Let's go. Comment below. What you got, Tashara? You say you new to the industry. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you think? What you think? What you think? Where you at, Gabriella, Sheila? Where y'all at? Dexter? Where you at? Where y'all at? Come on, come on. Comment below. Comment below. Comment below. Comment below. All right, I'm gonna name some, and hopefully y'all intervene. Thank you for tapping the screen. So time loss, that's an issue, right? So you're letting them know, hey, so you don't have to miss any time. We understand that time is money. I'm going to come to you, right? That already registers. Time is, listen, these are businesses that you're talking to. If you're letting me know that you're going to save me time and you got to come to me, they're already expecting that extra $100 that you're going to charge them, or with $50 or whatever you're choosing. They already know that. They don't care. They care about you saving them time loss. They don't want to have to miss a whole day. You have to understand these are big industries that you're dealing with. And if 5 or 6 of their guys have to leave off site and miss a whole day of work, they ain't missing no $100. That ain't no $200 that they missed. That could possibly be $100,000 day that they have missed because of 6 or 7 of their employees had to leave. They need all boots on the ground. Hello? Another solution, another problem is liability. These are the things, this is how you talk to them. Hello, this is what you put in your pamphlets. This is how you market. Liability, compliance risk, that's the issue for them because they're getting hit with 16,000 plus per violation. When my student was on here last night, I need to post that live. When she went to go do a test, the lady told her, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you was able to come here today. Because if we wouldn't have gotten this driver tested today, within those hours, they was going to get hit with a violation of $10,000. Hello? $10,000. They don't want them issues. They do not want them problems. Hello, staffing shortages. That's also an issue for them. That's a problem, right? Listen, everybody got a job. They need somebody to come in and do what they wasn't trained to do and what they wasn't paid to do and what they ain't trying to do. Scheduling chaos, that's an issue for them. Documentation pressure, that's an issue for them. Listen, we just want to do this business. We ain't know we was going to have to do all this, but unfortunately in your business, sir, there's documentation that has to be done and your stuff needs to be audit ready and your employees have to go get tested. And we need documentation. So if there's an audit, you are documentation ready. And this is what you're letting them know. You are documentation ready. I'm going to make sure that you're documentation or audit ready. That's what you use. Audit ready. Guys, when you speak directly to these companies, you speak to their pain. You speak to their pain, you win. Don't speak to they $25. Oh, I'm going to give you $25. They don't care about that. If you speak to their pain, you win. Hello? Now let's break down some industries where their problems are severe. Baby, there's not playing. Okay? So, and where collectors are in high demand, guys, rural areas, guys, pain points, limited access to testing, long travel distance for work, guys. Some of the people got to drive 45 miles out of the way just to go get a test. If you're in a rural area, you win. I always tell y'all, baby, you just go on a rural area tour. Baby, just go, show up, get you a map, see which areas, where they at, what's the closest facility to them. Make your presence known before you show up to the rural area. You can get a billboard in the rural area for $50, $75 at the most. You can get on the radio for $35 in the rural area. Hello, they'll be like, "Oh, I heard you guys on the radio. Oh, I see your billboard. Hello." Hello, Miss Tess, due to lack of transportation, few local vendors, baby, they don't have no vendors over there. They don't have no collectors in the rural areas. Hello. And then when they have delays, that's going to be what? A compliance violation. Hello. Hello. Emergency or post incidents, baby, they need them done fast, quickly. So if you decide to just set up posts in a rural area or hire you, because it's a thing, you ain't even got to do the work. You listen, you expand your operation and you hire other people to do the collections for you. They can work from home. And then whenever there's a collection, they go to the collection site and they do the collection. Hello. If you are an instructor, you can train them. If you can't train them, send them to me. I'll train them for you. Hello. That way you can build your business in other areas. Hello. Duplication, guys. If you want to go fast, you go by yourself. If you want to go further, you bring people with you. That's no, guys. Success leaves clues. How many McDonald's do they have? How many Raising Cane's and Burger King and Bojangles? How many Walmarts? How many? Like, hello, success leaves clues. Hello, expansion. Hello, expansion. This is why the labs link up with us. It will cost them billions of dollars to open up 30,000 collection sites. They want to be able to make the money without the risk, right? So if they getting $12 or $25 per screening from us, and they got 30,000 people, hello, 30,000 collectors, and if they getting $1,800 per month per collection per partner, that's $54 million a month. Hello, are y'all hearing me? Success leaves clues. Too many people, listen, get your head and your thoughts away from failure. You waking up every day and you're literally seeing people winning every day. You probably just see, oh, okay, I see a McDonald's. How many McDonald's are there? Hello? Oh, okay, I see that train on the track. Who's the owner of that? Hello? Do y'all ever stop to think about, damn, how do you do that? Success leaves clues that people overlook every day. Every day. I be trying to give it to y'all, but I don't be wanting to overwhelm y'all. Because some people don't even think that they get scared when they see numbers. They get scared when they see numbers. They're like, oh, Lord, no. No. You see what I'm saying, guys? Success leaves clues. Hire people. Expand your operation. Hello? So in the rural areas, guys, sending someone outside can mean it can hurt their business, baby. They're going to lose them hours. They're going to lose their time, and they ain't got time for that. Right? Miss Tess, like I said, going to lead to violations. They're not trying to get hit with that. It fines. It also increase their insurance, and they can also lose their insurance. This is what they thinking about, all the stuff that they can lose because they can possibly have their multi-billion-dollar corporation shut down. And you sitting around worried and scared and don't want to charge or scared to get into this industry where you are absolutely needed, qualified, and sitting on your on your qualification, on your certification, on your training, ain't moved. When there's people out here literally need you. Hello, it's one company went to 3 locations trying to get a test, drove an hour and something out the way with nobody there. People ain't working, man. They need more people out here. This industry is untapped. There's not enough people out here talking about this industry, guys. They're not talking about it. What questions do we have? Let me change this out. What questions do we have? Okay, guys. Here we are. Right here. No degree required. This is an online course for self-paced learning. Once you get qualified, your certification is valid in all 50 states for 5 years. You're actually going to get community support 90 days for free right now. Hello. Hello, community support, right? You can get this done in a week. I have people that do it in 7 days, 9 days. You can do this. You can get qualified, register for the course, and get qualified in a week. There's nothing holding you back. You're going to get set up, have lab guidance partnership on how to get set up with your labs. Hello. 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 When I say 5 years, y'all stop playing. It's only $600. You're going to get qualified in DOT and non-DOT. Both. And you're going to get the mocks as well included. Marketing support, everything is in my training. And as you can see, charges will be charged, guys. You will be making what you should be making. But you got to be confident. It ain't got nothing to do with confidence. Just follow compliance. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with confidence. Compliance. That's it. This is the standard. This is the standard. You have to understand what you have here. Hello? You have to understand what you have here. Because guess what? If there was nobody here to test these companies, to test these employees, these companies couldn't stay afloat. They will get shut down. You have to understand how important you are, how valuable you are in this space. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Somebody was kung fu fighting. Doo-doo.